Welcome to the Western Association for College Admissions Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/WACAC. And now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter from Montana State University. Take it away.
Everybody, we'll go ahead and get started. Thanks for being here. My name is Molly Scherner, and I'm one of the admissions counselors for Montana State University in Bozeman. And so I'm excited to tell you more about the Bozeman area, student life, academics, and all sorts of information. So to start off, I always like to talk about the Bozeman area. I think it's super important to get to know the community that you might be living in, as well as the university. And we are located in a beautiful spot in Southwest Montana with 360 view of the mountains wherever you go. We've got a ton of outdoor opportunities as shown with this picture with skiing, snowboarding, hiking, biking, camping, anything possible, really regardless of the season as well. And then our total population for Bozeman is about 60,000 people. So we're kind of that nice mid-sized town feel. We've got all the large city amenities like Target, Starbucks, Costco, Walmart, a lot of big concerts and events that take place throughout the year. But then on the flip side, our main street is all locally owned shops and restaurants. And we have a ton of really cool community events that really just bring our college students together with our larger Bozeman community. So we are very much that college town experience, but Bozeman, again, is a great place to spend your 4 years. To talk more specifically about MSU, our population for our college is 16,249 students. So we're kind of at that nice mid-sized university feel as well, with opportunities and perks of a larger campus, but then the community of a smaller campus. We do also have a primarily undergraduate student population, so we are very much that traditional college experience with a lot of our really robust academic experiences reserved for our freshman students all the way through their senior year. We do also have about a 50-50% in-state, out-of-state split. We do currently represent all 50 states on our campus, and they're in around 65 different countries. So we see students coming from all over. I think it's also really nice for out-of-state students like you guys to know that you're never going to be alone, and the fact that you might be coming from a little bit farther away to our campus. Just a couple more facts and stats. We've got over 300 different student clubs and organizations, everything from fraternity and sorority life to hobby-based clubs, all sorts of different things. And then we do also have NCAA Division I athletic programs. So a lot of that school spirit that you'll find at a larger college campus. To talk more specifically about our academic programs, we are the only top tier research institution within our region, and we spend about $150 million each year on research. And since we do have that primarily undergraduate student population, that means that you guys are involved in those hands-on opportunities as soon as your first semester on campus. We've had our ecology students studying the movement of cutthroat trout in our 3 surrounding rivers. Our film and photo students actually put together a documentary last year and took home an Emmy Award. Our architecture students have designed tiny homes for low-income families in Bozeman to give you guys some ideas of what research can look like on a day-to-day basis. So we have that, again, very much hands-on approach. We offer over 250 academic programs in the College of Agriculture, College of Engineering, College of Nursing, College of Business. So there's definitely an academic program for all students. All right, so when talking about how to join the Bobcat family and be welcomed into MSU, the application process is very simple. We don't ever require essays or letters of recommendation, so it typically takes students about 20 minutes to submit. We also don't have a hard deadline for application. Students can submit this anywhere from their summer before their senior year all the way to the end of their senior year. We do typically encourage students, however, to apply around October of their senior year to be on track for scholarships and some next deadlines that'll come up. We were test optional this year for our application. We will likely be test optional for this upcoming class as well. So essentially all that we need on your application is your self-reported GPA, your academic history, and a $38 application fee payment. And once we receive those 3 things, we do get back to students with an admissions decision in just 2 to 3 weeks. So it is a very quick turnaround time to get your admissions decision back. And talking about making MSU an affordable option, this is also of utmost importance for MSU. We really strive to create an affordable college experience with both merit and need-based programs. Some of our out-of-state programs include what's called our Academic Achievement Award, which can range in value up to $10,000 per year. We are also a Western undergraduate exchange school known as the WUI. So that is a program that we do have available, as well as a lot of departmental scholarship opportunities, and then accepting anything that you guys might have from a local Rotary Club, a local church group, or any organization that you guys might be a part of. Alongside scholarships, we do also offer over $140 million each year in financial aid. So things like grants, loans, or any work study programs. And to stay the most up to date on our information from year to year as scholarships are evaluated, I encourage you guys to check out montana.edu/scholarships. Okay, so I did want to go into the last slide by just saying, stay in touch with us. If you guys have questions after this, do not hesitate to reach out to me or anyone on MSU's campus. We are here to help. We are currently hosting some in-person visit opportunities. If you guys would like to make the trek out to Bozeman, it's a great time of year to do so. But then we also have a lot of virtual visit opportunities. My direct email is on the screen, our phone number is on the screen, and then our website and social media if you guys want to stay up to date with any of those platforms. But thank you guys so much for taking the time to learn more about MSU. Feel free to drop any questions you guys have in chat, and I'll hand it over to the next presenter.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from the University of Montana Western.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Augustine Wilford from the University of Montana Western. So today I'm just going to go over a bit of the things that Montana Western has to offer. I will say I actually did graduate from Montana Western last year in May of 2020. I spent 5 years here. So if you have any questions, feel free to send them over because I'm very capable of answering all the ones about student life, everything about that. So just a little bit of background on Montana Western. We are also located in southwestern Montana. We're just about an hour and a half over from our friends at MSU. Dillon is about a 5,000 population town with about 1,500 students on campus. What makes Montana Western is very unique is that we do have a block scheduling program. So the block scheduling is definitely what separates us from other schools in the area. We are the only 4-year public school in the nation that currently operates on this schedule. So how the block works is you actually take one class at a time. You take it for 18 days and each class is worth 4 credits. So on average, you are taking 16 credits a semester here. The nice thing is that the blocks are completely independent from each other. So once you finish that class, you don't have to worry about anything in it. You're already going to receive all of your grades throughout the semester. You don't have to worry about panicking towards the end of the semester to see how you did. We don't have any finals week. All the finals are going to be held within that block. So it is really nice to know that you're only going to a class for 18 days. If you're in a class that you love, it's amazing. You're fully submersed to it for 18 days. You don't have to worry about other classes vying for your attention. And on the other hand, if you're in a class that you hate, you only have to go to it 18 times. I passed chemistry on the schedule, so I can say for a fact that it does work. The nice thing about the block schedule is that since you can't do anything for 18 days, you do have that light at the end of the tunnel. You don't have to worry about dreading a class that you really don't want to take for an entire semester. So this is just an example how a traditional semester would work. So you do see that the classes are stacked on top of each other. This is a very simple model. Like I said earlier, is you only have one subject at a time. You have one professor who you have to worry about. You don't have to worry about homework from other classes. And you have one final for that class if the professor does decide to implement a final. The other nice thing is that each professor is also only teaching that one class. So you're not vying for the attention if they're teaching other classes. You don't have to worry about that. So this is just an example of what a semester could look like. So if you have a morning class, which does from 8:15 to 11:15, you have that class and then you're done for the rest of the day. So you have the rest of the day to go get lunch with your friends, to study, to have a job. It is very simple to work a lot of hours on the block schedule because you only have that 3-hour commitment. So you can see we do have afternoon and morning block. Afternoon runs from 12:15 to 3:15, and then the morning does run from 8:15 to 11:15. This is a very flexible schedule. The nice thing about this is that we're actually considered a full-time student at 12 credits per semester. Since the block schedule, you average 16 credits, you do have a lot of flexibility within that. If you're fighting fires and you don't want to lose out on an entire month of work, you can actually take that first block off and still be considered a full-time student. You don't have to worry about messing up your financial aid or scholarships, anything like that. If you're feeling a little burnt out from being in college, because it does happen as with any other school, it's nice to know that you can take a class off to have a chance to recoup, but you don't have to worry about starting over in an entire new semester. The classrooms here are very experimental. We are located in a great ecological system, so we have a lot of opportunities for environmental sciences, ecology classes. You'll see them out on field trips all the time. We do have the only four-year scientific glass program in the entire country, so we have a lot of students come here for that, as well as natural horsemanship. It's also the only four-year program in the country. We have a lot of resources around campus, so you'll see our students out in the community garden growing things to use in our cafeteria and just really trying to make campus as much of a community as we can. We do still offer different study abroad programs. I know that's one question students often ask is if we have study abroad programs, and the answer is yes. The nice thing is that they do fit right into the block schedule. You're still being taught by Montana Western professors. They're traveling to the country with you, as well as other students and community members. You still get a really good amount of time to get immersed in that culture, but you don't have to worry about foreign credits transferring over, or if you're not really sure you want to move somewhere for 6 months. So it is nice that we still have that opportunity, and it fits right into the traditional semester scheduling that we have here. So it is about educating the person and experiencing your education. With the 3 weeks, it is nice to know that you have time to go and experience with your class. You're not worried about splitting your time between all the different classes. The 3.5 weeks, the professors can use however they'd like. So a lot of our environmental science classes are actually going to go camping in Yellowstone for a couple of weeks during their block. They want to make sure that you're getting out there and experiencing the education so that when you're applying for jobs or you're applying for graduate school, you already have years of experience that you typically wouldn't see at the undergraduate level. So here's just a quick view of the cost of attendance. Montana Western is the most affordable four-year school in the entire state, and we do offer the WUBI as well, so it does make it a very affordable out-of-state option. Just some information about scholarships on here as well. Just to keep in mind, our scholarship is a general application, and we do have the January 15th priority deadline. So if you're looking into coming in for fall 2022, keep that in mind. Just a quick overview of the application process as well. It's pretty standard. We're not sure about the test optional for next year, but it definitely is a possibility. And then you can come visit us. We do have in-person and virtual campus visits, as well as our campus preview day next Saturday if you're interested in learning more about Montana Western. Here's my contact information. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Natasha Roberts. I am the Regional Recruitment Specialist out in California for the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. We are a large public research university located in, you guessed it, Lincoln, Nebraska. We are a land-grant university and a Tier 1 research institution. We are also the flagship institution for the state of Nebraska. With just over 20,000 undergraduate students from all over the country and world, we're actually one of the smaller populations within the Big 10. So we do a fantastic job of making that larger kind of school feel small and pride ourselves on giving really personalized, individualized attention to every single student. We are a part of the Big 10 Alliance, which means our Division I athletics are a part of the Big 10 Athletic Conference. And what that means for you all is big game days, right? So while there are some big schools out in the West and in California that have big football teams and college sports, it's really nothing compared to the Midwest. The entire city decked out in red on game days. Our school pride and tradition really means you're part of something bigger at Nebraska, not only as a part of our campus, but also as a part of the greater community of Lincoln. Lincoln is the ultimate college city with our campus interconnected to downtown. It offers the benefits of that larger city, but has that feel of a friendly Midwestern community. It's the heart of what has officially been called the Silicon Prairie. So that means we have over 100 different startup companies hiring directly from our university. We also offer 130 miles of hiking and biking trails in Lincoln. And we also have nearly the highest amount of parkland per capita in the US. So that means we have a really great mix of both city and nature in Lincoln. But you've probably heard of some other schools being within college cities. Some of them are here today. But what makes Lincoln the ultimate college city is that our cost of living is very low. We rank really high for safety, and the people are super duper friendly, which makes it the perfect place for college students and young professionals. We're so friendly, in fact, that the slogan in the state of Nebraska is Nebraska Nice. And while college sports is really a pride point at Nebraska, we also have the academics to match. So we offer over 150 different programs, as broad as engineering and architecture to as specific as food technology for companion animals and PGA golf management. We have 31 different majors in agriculture. Our actuarial science program has a reputation for being one of the best in the country. Our College of Business is one of less than 200 programs with an accreditation in both business and accounting. Our journalism program has the first of its kind journalism drone laboratory. We also pioneered one of the world's first undergraduate psychology programs and have the longest running psychology symposium. And our ceramics program is ranked number 9. So as you can see, any direction you go, you'll find a stellar program with incredible opportunities. Our exploratory center and pre-professional advising center is where students go who are undecided or undeclared. And it also provides a pre-health, pre-law, and pre-vet track. We also have 3 different honors programs, as well as a Teachers Scholars Academy for students looking for a more elevated, individualized education. And as a research institution, we're all about collaborating with your peers, colliding with hands-on experiences and research. We have over 500 clubs and organizations to get involved in, like our theme park design club or our livestock judging team. To show you the extent of our facilities on campus, we have 12 laboratories in our computer science and engineering program alone. We have greenhouses and horticulture laboratories, a tractor test lab, a research farm. Students in our forestry classes get harnessed up and actually hang in our trees on campus. We have design laboratories for our architecture and interior design students. And we have career services where our students are finding internships, practicums, volunteer experience, community engagement. But you could also gain hands-on experience within our first-year learning communities. So learning communities are groups of students living together with shared academic interests, and we offer 28 different learning communities within our first-year housing. This is a great way for students to learn together, gain experience, and also connect you to faculty and staff and upperclassmen as well. Really quickly, housing, our students are required to live on campus their first year, so I wanted to bring that up, but we do offer you the choice of 14 different residence halls. We also have traditional style and suite style for our freshmen. But everything I said today ultimately is to give you a fantastic education so you can go on and do big things, right? So whether it's starting a company, working for NASA or John Deere, or creating salad dressings that are on the shelves of Target, our students are graduating from Nebraska and making their mark on the world. Huskers go on to do some awesome things, and we know that you'll do some awesome things too while you're at Nebraska. So how can you apply? Our application process is very straightforward. We're rolling admissions from August 1st to May 1st. We are on the Coalition app, the Common App, and our own institutional application. And we have what are called assured admissions requirements, meaning if you meet our performance requirement and core course requirements, you are guaranteed admission as long as you fulfill all of our dates and deadlines. We are test optional this year and will be for next year as well. We do not ask for letters of recommendation or admissions essays. All we have is a scholarship statement for additional leadership and diversity scholarships. So no additional application for scholarships. We are consistently ranked a Best Buy and Best Value school. So we really value accessibility and affordability. Here's my contact information. I will drop that in the chat as well. If you are applying this upcoming year, make sure to reach out to me. I can get you a fee waiver code. I'll hand it off to the next presenter and say, go Big Red.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from Iowa State University.
Hi there, everyone. My name is Abby with Iowa State. Thank you for joining us today. As you can see in that photo there, Iowa State is a beautiful campus. It is ranked top 25 most beautiful campuses in the nation. And we have all 4 seasons if that's something that you're looking for. Iowa State is located in the heart of the Midwest in Ames, Iowa. And if you're flying in and out of campus, you'd be flying into Des Moines, and we're just north of that about 30 minutes. Getting to know Iowa State a little bit more by the numbers, we're going to be the largest school in the state of Iowa with right around 33,000 students. We have all 50 states represented, and 46% of our population is from out of state. So coming from the West Coast to Iowa, you are not alone. We have 115 different nations represented and over 3,000 international students, 900 different clubs and organizations to get involved with. We're also part of the Big 12 Athletic Conference. And if you're looking for a research institution, we are a top tier research institution. Iowa State has 6 different colleges, as you can see on the screen. Our largest colleges for our West Coast students, most popular majors, are going to be coming to the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences and the College of Engineering. So taking a look a little bit more at those majors, you'll see them listed on the screen. It's color coded, so if you have a certain college or interest area, you can find it a little quicker there. One thing that is unique about Iowa State is you can be open option, or you can be open option within your college. So for example, if you know you want to do something in business, you're just not quite sure what yet, you can be College of Business undecided, starting your major at Iowa State. For the College of Engineering on that list there, we're going to have 13 different engineering majors. One more unique engineering major would be aerospace engineering, and our newest engineering major is environmental. We also have an accredited architecture program, and our average class size falls right around 35 to 40 students. For a large institution, we're proud of that size. And looking at next year, we are a mix of hybrid and in-person for classes right now, but we're hoping to be back to the new normal starting next fall. For our application process, it's based upon a math equation for all the 3 big Iowa schools. And for that math equation, we take your ACT or your SAT converted score, your GPA, and then your high school core courses. And on that math equation, if you get a 245 or higher, you're automatically in. And if you are a junior or a senior, it is not required to have the ACT or SAT. We will be test optional for that. And you'll be reviewed on an individual basis, looking primarily at your GPA and your high school core courses. When you apply to Iowa State, there's going to be no letters of recommendation, no essay, so nice, easy, simple application. And we're also on the Common App. Once you press submit on that application, 88% of our students are accepted, and it'll only take about 2 days to hear back from us whether you get in or not. So really nice, quick turnaround on that. For scholarship opportunities at Iowa State, there's 3 main ways that you can get financial help. One is through the Office of Admissions. Those scholarships are going to be automatic. So that means if you have the numbers, it's automatically yours. And you don't need the ACT or SAT to be eligible for those either. You can get scholarships through your college. There is an application to fill out for college-based scholarships. And of course, the FAFSA deadline for that is going to be December 1 of your senior year, so do keep that one in mind. My contact information is on the screen, and we'd love to have you visit virtually to do our next steps with Iowa State. And if you're a senior listening today, our application is still open, so feel free to apply. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from the University of Iowa.
Hi, everyone. My name is Erin Monroe, and I am the California Regional Representative and Assistant Director of Admission with the University of Iowa. I'm also a proud alum. The University of Iowa is located in Iowa City, Iowa. So we're over on the eastern side of the state. The nearest airport is just 20 minutes north of our campus, so very easy to get to once you get on that plane. Once you arrive in Iowa City, the picture on the screen is what you're going to see our campus looks like. And like Abby mentioned, in Iowa, we've got all 4 seasons. I wish I could tell you the grass was green all year round. Our campus is organized by a river. So if you look closely in this photograph, you'll see that the river flows, organizing our campus into an east side, which is everything under the river, and above the river is the west side of campus. The west side of campus is home to the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics, which is one of the largest teaching hospitals in the nation. It's home to our athletic events. So if you're wanting to cheer on the Hawkeyes and a variety of Big Ten athletics, you may find yourself over there. It's also home to our graduate studies. Below the river is primarily where that day-to-day life happens for our students. All of your academics and the residence halls are located within a 5 to 10 minute walking distance of this building with the gold dome. It's actually the original capital of the state of Iowa. What's not pictured in this photograph is if you cross the street down at the bottom here, and that transports you into downtown Iowa City, which is home to 100 different restaurants, places to shop, great boutiques and festivals and art, film, fashion all year round. There's about 200,000 people who live in Iowa City in addition to the college students. And so our students' involvement in this downtown really makes Iowa City and campus home for them for those 4 years. Iowa City is a UNESCO City of Literature, which there are only 8 of in the entire world, and we were the first one within the United States. It's very convenient for our students, and they get a lot of job opportunities and experiences to put on their resumes in this downtown area. So on our campus, we have just over 31,000 students, including our graduate students. We have students from all 50 states and over nearly 100 countries. We admit students about 3.78 GPA, a mid-range ACT of about a 22 to a 29 on average. Those are just our averages, not our admission requirements. We'll dive into that in just a moment here, but that shows you just the academic caliber of students that are becoming Hawkeyes. We have a great out-of-state population represented on our campus, and California is actually our 5th most populous state. So if you're joining the Hawkeye family, you have a lot of different options in what you may study. We have over 200 different areas of study on our campus. And some of the things that students from the West Coast are most known for majoring in are going to be our English and Creative Writing program, which is one of the top programs in the entire world. We are the birthplace of the MFA in creative writing. And so that undergraduate program is incredibly strong and involved with the writing community, not only on our campus, but off campus. We're known for the health sciences because of that huge connection with the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics. So our students get a lot of professional development opportunities and great experiences when they're then planning to apply to graduate and doctoral programs across the nation. So pre-PT, pre-PA, pre-med, pre-OT, AT, all the pre's. We've got a great College of Nursing, which is our only impacted program, only admitting 80 students each year. The Tippie College of Business is very popular for students coming from the West Coast, as well as our direct admission College of Engineering program, our Sports and Recreation Management major, and then we've got a very strong political science and psychology program on our campus. At the University of Iowa, our admissions process is very similar to what Iowa State offers. So our students are going to need to complete the RAI formula, so that math equation for admission, taking into account your GPA, your test scores, and your core classes. For out-of-state students, you do have to score a 255 on that RAI formula to be guaranteed admission into the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. You can apply to us through the Common App, the Coalition application, and we have our own institutional application. Students hear back in a very timely manner of their admission decision in about 2 weeks, and we are on rolling admission. So most of our students are applying in the fall of their senior year, but you can apply up through March 1 and still be automatically considered for merit scholarships. We are test optional for any seniors in the room, and we will be test optional for those rising seniors applying for the class of fall 2022. If you are applying without a test score, we would ask for you to submit a personal statement and your high school transcript with your application. For scholarships, we have the National Scholars Award, which ranges from about $2,000 to $12,000, depending on the strength of your academics presented within your application. We also have a California specific scholarship. There's also then additional scholarship opportunities that are going to be competitive that students can apply for after they've been admitted to the University of Iowa. On our campus, our students are very busy in the classroom and going to be participating in research, experiential learning. They're going to be diving into study abroad experiences. It's a 15-to-1 student to faculty ratio on our campus. So despite being a large Big Ten public institution, our students get to know their professors and their classmates. We're ranked the 34th best public institution in the nation, and there's a lot of things that go into that ranking, putting us in about the top 10% of colleges across the nation. On our campus, our students are busy not only in the classroom, but outside of the classroom. With over 500 different student organizations to join, we have great opportunities for students in the arts, whether that's on campus or off campus, and for all students of all majors. We have a lot of pride, spirit, and tradition on our campus. So students love to cheer on the Hawkeyes in our athletics. We've been recognized as having one of the greatest traditions in college athletics, which is waving to the kiddos in the Children's Hospital right across the street from Kinnick Stadium. And then that connection to downtown provides our students a lot of opportunities. I'll put my contact information in the chat. And if you have any other questions, I'd love to chat with you then.
Thank you. Lastly, we'll be hearing from Boise State University.
All right. Oh, there we go. Hello, everybody. Oh, there we go. My name is Savannah, and I am a Boise State admissions counselor. I actually graduated from Boise State, though, in 2019 with my degree in marketing and a certificate of elementary Spanish, and I absolutely love Boise State University, which is why I'm here chatting with you guys a little bit more about it today. As far as the student population of Boise State goes, we have around 26,000 students at our university, and of that, the undergraduate population actually sits at around 17,000 students. So as far as universities go, not too big and not too small. We tend to call ourselves that Goldilocks type because we sit right there in the middle. We have students that join us from all 50 states at Boise State University, and primarily the West Coast is the students who are attending our university. Our university sits just 15 minutes away from one of the best downtowns in the United States, right? We're on the top 10 list for a ton of different things, anywhere from being one of the safest cities in the United States and one of the cleanest cities in the United States, to also being one of the best cities for young professionals, as well as being one of the best cities for new music that's coming too. Something else to keep in mind is that there's lots of outdoor adventure that sits just right next to us too. So whether you wanted to go and maybe go skiing and snowboarding, you're totally able to do that just a 30-minute drive away to Bogus Basin, one of the best ski resorts over here, as well as being able to go and float the river too. So the river runs right through Boise State's campus, one of my hands down favorite activities at Boise State University to do. So there's always something to be keeping you busy at Boise State University, and it's absolutely wonderful as a student to feel like you're never bored. That was something that I always really appreciated. Something besides being able to get really involved in the city and also in everything that's going on around it is also being able to get involved on campus. Right? So we have over 300 plus clubs at Boise State University, and anywhere from academic clubs to sororities and fraternities. We've got religious clubs at Boise State. And I also always like to talk about the s'mores club at Boise State. This is a club where literally they just like roast marshmallows and they sit together and they like tell campfire stories, right? So there's so many different things that you can get involved in at Boise State. We'd like to say that really, truly anything that you're passionate about, you're probably already going to be able to find it here. But at the same time, if there's something that maybe you want to bring to Boise State's campus, we definitely encourage that. You can actually go to the Involvement Center and they'll just give you some money to go ahead and help you get that club off the ground. And then there you go. You have exactly what you're passionate about at Boise State as well. The other ways that you can also get involved would be things like joining different sports teams. So if you wanted to maybe play club sports, you could do that at Boise State. You could also play intramural sports. And then we are a D1 university. So if you are interested in playing any D1 sports, you're also more than welcome to do that. If you're not interested in playing, but you absolutely love watching, know that you get into every single sporting event completely free as a student. That was something that I absolutely love. There's nothing like a Boise State game day. The entire city shuts down for game days. It is so much fun. Tailgating about 7 hours prior to game time, you get to walk around. Parents are handing out free food. They're like, what's free nachos, free hot dogs? So those are some of my favorite days at Boise State, and I always encourage students to go ahead and get involved a really great way to really immerse yourself in Boise State. Next, I do want to go ahead and shift and talk a little bit more about our academic offerings at Boise State University. We have over 189 different majors, minors, and certificates for our students to be able to pick from. So anywhere from our business school to education, we've got engineering and health sciences at Boise State, and all of these are going to offer you really wonderful opportunities. And those were just scratching the surface, right? There's so many other different majors, minors, certificates that you can pick from. I do want to go ahead and point your attention to the second most popular major that you guys are seeing here on the screen, which is the general undeclared major. So at Boise State University, you do not have to know what you want to study prior to joining us. We actually don't ask you to declare until your junior year, which means that you have more than enough time to really figure out what you want to do and figure out what it is that you're passionate about. Now, I do want to go ahead and talk a little bit about our internship program here at Boise State University. So we are top 3 in the Pacific Northwest for our internship program, and a lot of that is due to the fact that we are one of the fastest growing cities in the United States right now. We have tons of new companies moving in, and we also have 3 of the region's largest hospitals right in our area too. So pretty much anything that you're interested in grabbing an internship, and you're going to be able to do so. We also have one of the most dynamic career development facilities here at Boise State University that they will actually go ahead, they'll work with you to make sure that your resume is completely come through, everything's looking good, and then they'll help you seek out these different internships. And they've helped students find internships not only in the city, but also wherever it is that they're interested in studying, places like Canada, Costa Rica, and even places like Hawaii, all that good stuff. So lots of really great opportunities when it comes to internships and research at Boise State. Chatting a little bit about how to apply, pretty much all you have to do is visit Boise State's website. There you'll be able to go ahead and find our application. It takes around 10 to 15 minutes to complete, and there is a $50 application fee. They'll be asked to be paid at that time. Once completing that, we go ahead and ask that you get your transcript sent in to us. And then after you get your transcript sent in to us, that's pretty much all that you have to do. Now, I do want to go ahead and mention that for this past year, we were test blind. And we are planning on hopefully being able to continue that into this coming year. We'll know more about that in May. So if you are a junior and you're looking to find out if we're going to be requiring SAT or ACT scores, please go ahead and check back with us in just a few months. We should have a more solid answer for you here shortly. Now, I do want to go ahead and just talk about some of the opportunities that we have for scholarships at Boise State. We do have the WUI scholarship. You have to apply by December 15th in order to receive this scholarship. So it is super important that you keep that in mind, as well as our Treasure Scholarship, which is also listed here too. Now, these are the requirements for last year. So I want you guys to keep in mind that the requirements could be shifting. So go ahead and check back with us this early summer time. You can always come and visit us. We have on-campus visits as well as online visits, and it's super easy to sign up for those. You just go to visit.boisestate.edu and you should be able to find those. And then you can find us on all social media, and I will go ahead and in the chat provide my contact information for all of y'all. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. I just want to invite all of the reps to come back on and do a round of Q&A. So you can all share what advice you would give someone going through the college search process in the same order you presented in, starting with Montana State University.
Yeah, I would suggest for people just to get information early, be aware of upcoming deadlines, be resourceful, reach out to your admissions counselor. Those are great resources for any university that you might be checking out. And then also get excited. This is a super exciting time to look forward to your next chapter.
So I would definitely say if you have a chance, visit the campus, you can get a good feel for it, but also just to enjoy every step of the process. The next 4 or 5 years of your life are going to go faster than anything you've ever experienced. So take advantage of enjoying it right from the beginning, even when you're just looking at colleges.
My advice is always to get organized. You can see there's so many different universities. They have so many different requirements and test blind, test optional, application deadlines. So make yourself a spreadsheet, whether you write it down or have it in Excel, and keep those passwords and those login information, because we're all going to have different login information. So we avoid calling offices and asking for passwords and things like that, but just get organized and write everything down. That will really save you a lot of headache.
I like that password one, Natasha. That's a good one. I would add on there, I think a lot of times there's a misconception that going out of state means it's going to be a lot more expensive, and that's not always the case. So when you're putting down your list of what schools you want to visit, don't put out of state off your list because it can be affordable and the same price as in state. So keep us on your list.
My advice to students is to not be afraid to ask questions. We are all admissions counselors because we're here to answer your questions. So do not hesitate to reach out, give us a call, schedule an appointment. We're here to help you in that advising process and show you kind of the wonderful treasures that are offered at each of our institutions and help you find the best fit.
And lastly, I guess I would just say, take a deep breath, everybody, because it can be such an overwhelming process. It truly can be. We know that you guys have all been through so much these past couple of years. And so it's just really important to take care of yourself at the same time. Really try and, like they were saying, stay organized, make sure that you're giving yourself a little bit of a rest in between applying to all these wonderful colleges and really figuring out where it is that you want to go.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for sharing. And thank you everyone for joining us. When you go to close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this was just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording, as well as all of the other sessions recordings at strivescan.com/WACAC. So thank you, everyone. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.